Hey, good morning, fellas. Sunday, the 9th of January, out here having a morning cup of coffee. Clouds blew in last night, I guess, when we were sleeping. It's just as still. It's just, I enjoy the quiet part of being out here. You can tell it's winter. The trees are all losing their leaves. You can see where the nests are. Uh, Worked on the pool, just taking it easy. And gonna talk to you about how and if you choose to make peace with a woman and what you should expect up front. Uh, I think the hardest thing for me and why my first marriage didn't work out, but we stayed together for over 30 years. So, that being said, um, in order to make a relationship work, as a man, you have to let the person you're going to be involved with know what you expect. And to not be honest about what you expect is not a good way to form or maintain a relationship. If you choose to make peace with the woman, or if a woman chooses to make peace with you, you have to both sit down and say, hey, look, this is what I expect. I'll give you some examples of what I told the women that I dated I expected. I told them that they had to have their own money up front. I said, I'm not going to be a sugar daddy. I'm not going to be providing everything for you. I have enough money and health care and everything else to take care of myself for the rest of my life. I don't have to worry about anything. On top of that, I don't have to work. Um, they couldn't be fat and out of shape. They had to have a decent attitude. They had to have their own plan for success. Um, they had to be willing to cooperate, uh, willing to share, not be masculine in nature. That is probably, I don't know for most men, but I know for me that is, if, with men, there's a low level of violence. You can't say anything you want to another man. If you cross a certain line, you're probably going to get a punch in the face, or somebody's going to get in your face and stand their ground. With the women, when they act masculine, for me, if you act masculine, and I know for a fact you can't kick my ass, you just look like a fool, look like an idiot. So, anyways, all that being said, to say there are ways to make peace with a woman. Um, you should expect to have boundaries. You should also have the right to expect certain things from a woman, and you should let her know what they are. You don't want her all over social media, projecting herself, doing weird pictures or stuff like that. If you're going to be you have the right to say those things. But if you do not make that clear, that's your fault. And you need to address that. You need to tell her, hey, look, I don't want you. You should be my woman. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with telling them that. Now, here's the meat and potatoes and the most important part for you as a man. You have to spend money and take time to protect yourself. Prenuptial agreement, signed and videotaped so no one can say in advance, signed in front of your attorneys. If you both have the same attorney, that's fine. If you have separate attorneys, that's fine, but it needs to be videotaped as it's signed, and these questions need to be answered. Are you here of your own free will? Do you understand this prenuptial agreement or contract? Are you under any duress? No. All of those answers should be no, yes, I understand, and no, I'm not under duress. And on top of that, the prenuptial agreement should never, in my opinion, be 50-50. If you bring 95% of the equity into the marriage or contract, you should get 95% of the equity out. If the woman gives up her career to be your wife and take care of things at home, of course she deserves a severance package when she leaves. Conversely, if you, as a man, and I'm in this position to where I don't have to work, but I can perform all the different duties to make sure my other half part is successful, then if we get separated, I will receive my severance package, which was a when we were signing. You should have seen the attorney for my wife, who was a female. Her eyes got like real big, like anyway. And you know what? My wife makes a lot more money than I do, gross and net. I make money just for breathing, and I make 5 figures easy for breathing. That's investments and pensions, and that's not even including healthcare. But she makes way more than that. So my pick for a woman, she had to be a certain height. She had to be a certain weight. She had, I'm telling you, just like they want us to be over 6 foot tall, 6 figures, 6 pack abs, I did the same thing. You got to be, I'm not dating a little chick who's as round as she is tall. Like, you can't dance with them. Of course, you can have sex with any woman, but that's not the roundabout it. For me, as me, looks were important. Attitude was important. The fact that she had to have her own job and career and her own money was important. I wanted as much of an executive partner as I did want a lover and a mate. So it is what it is. Again, the best, greatest thing you can do for yourself is tell her up front what you expect and then put it in writing and videotape it. So no one can come back later and say, well, I didn't understand. I was under duress. All right? You guys stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of your damn self. You deserve it. Like a fart in a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. I'm going to give you one last look. This is just one of my favorite times. It's quiet. The birds are out chirping. There's nobody. There's no sirens. There's no kind of, well, my neighbors can't see into my yard. It's just awesome. Bye-bye.